I want to give props to Frankie Boy, FrankTufano, for calling out or actually reporting on the fact that the FDA has banned N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine is basically a precursor of glutathione. It's not the only precursor. Cysteine itself is, N-acetylcysteine is a metabolite or a metabolic product of cysteine. But the thing is, what you have to understand is N-acetylcysteine worked really well and was an FDA-approved drug in 1980-something. But it was taken off the market as a drug and then used as a supplement. And essentially, the reason the FDA pulled it is they think that it was not used as a supplement prior to it being a FDA-approved drug. Therefore, it's a drug. Therefore, if you're buying it as a supplement, the supplement companies are selling a drug without a license type of thing. But I wrote down some of this stuff so that I actually get it 100% right, because I want to make sure I'm giving people good information. I need to precede this with the typical disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical practitioner of any kind, not a nurse, not a dietitian, not a nutritionist, none of that stuff, okay? Don't take medical advice from a YouTuber, okay? Do not take medical advice from a YouTuber, okay? That's that. Now, remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Now, let's get into some of the benefits of N-acetylcysteine. Now, what you have to keep in mind, this is from Healthline, the website Healthline. Keep in mind that these benefits pretty much all relate to its role in helping to produce glutathione. So, we're going to talk mainly about how to help the body produce more glutathione without supplemental N-acetylcysteine. And all of these things you should have been doing anyway, even if you were taking N-acetylcysteine. So the benefits of N-acetylcysteine include, number one, again, this is from Healthline, it increases glutathione production, it detoxes the liver and kidneys, it improves OCD and withdrawal symptoms, particularly from cocaine. It helps relieve respiratory conditions like asthma, COPD, pulmonary fibrosis, things like that. It regulates glutamate and replenishes glutathione in the brain. It improves fertility in both men and women. It improves fertility and stabilizes blood sugar levels in type 2 diabetics and most likely diabetics themselves. Reduces heart disease risk by preventing oxidative damage. Number 9, I wasn't saying the numbers, it improves immune function. Again, most of these directly relate to, actually all of them directly relate to the benefits of glutathione. You could simply take a sublingual or inhaled form of glutathione, which will increase your glutathione levels. You could do that. Now, what you should not do is you should not take an oral glutathione supplement that you swallow, because it goes through the liver and the liver, deactivates it and blah, blah, blah. It's no good. It doesn't work if you take it orally. Okay. So this is how to increase. I put this together from the links in the description. Please follow the links in the description for a more complete understanding of this. Read the stuff. Understand the stuff. I leave these links so people understand what I'm saying, know that I'm not making it up, know that what I'm saying is, to the best of my knowledge, true. Okay? So you're going to want to eat more sulfur-rich vegetables. More cruciferous vegetables, more mushrooms, more beans, okay? Take more vitamin C. Take vitamin C. I personally take up to like 8 grams a day. I usually take a baseline of like 3 grams, but when I'm taking my amino acid beverages, I add extra C, 2 to 3 grams to that. So usually I get sometimes up to 12 grams a day. It's not going to hurt you. Okay, remember, I'm not a doctor, but remember, vitamin C is not going to hurt you. But I'm not a doctor, so remember, that's not medical advice. Take selenium, okay? Eat a high-protein diet. Okay? You can eat a high-protein diet on a vegan diet. Look up my Eco Atkins playlist. Okay? You can do that. It's not hard. It's certainly not hard to eat a high-protein diet on a vegan diet. Okay? Supplement with glutamine. Supplement with glycine. Supplement with cysteine. Cysteine, not cystine, cysteine. And alpha lipoic acid. And vitamin E. Alpha lipoic acid has this wonderful ability to spare other antioxidants and to recycle them. Vitamin E helps to replenish glutathione levels. Okay? Now, avoid alcohol, avoid smoking, avoid fried foods, including air-fried foods. The carcinogenic compounds in air-fried foods are similar, but not the same. Some of the same, AGEs as are in deep-fried foods. Keep that in mind. Now, I want to get into some of the top links before you get to the meat of it. In the links, you're going to get the links regarding Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw fighting the FDA for the right for supplement companies to put information, like, for example, vitamin C may help reduce heart disease. Vitamin E might help, with selenium might help with cancer. Vitamin E might help with heart disease. What it was is if the chemical in the supplement, whether it's ascorbic acid or selenium, regardless of what alpha lipoic acid, if it had scientific evidence showing that it did something, Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw fought the FDA in court in the 90s and won to allow to allow supplement companies to put the fact that their supplements helped. One of the weirdest ones was folic acid. Actually, Rand Paul, who was an obstetrician, brought it up in a book called Ron Paul Speaks. Folic acid is mandatory to prevent neural tube defects in pregnant women. It was against the law, according to the FDA, for doctors to tell women to take to take folic acid because of the laws at the time. So what it was is folic acid is mandatorily needed by pregnant women to prevent neural tube defects. That was not allowed until Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw won what they won. Another thing is cystic fibrosis. Interestingly enough, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered the first case of cystic fibrosis in a rhesus monkey, a young rhesus monkey, and it was due to selenium deficiency. And he could reproduce the fact that animals deprived of selenium would develop cystic fibrosis. That is very interesting to anybody that, because prior to that, there were 0 animal models for cystic fibrosis, and Wallach discovered that, okay? I'm going to leave a link in the description showing that. It's been suppressed. Now, a lot of people are against the FDA. I'm not against the FDA. I think the FDA serves a very legitimate purpose. We have the right to know that we are not ingesting poison. We have a right to regulated substances. Okay, and this does not help the big business as much as people would think. Nestle, the conglomerate Nestle that owns God knows what. They had a supplement that they came out with, I'll leave a link to it, called Celtrian or Cellnutrient or something like that. It contained N-acetylcysteine and glycine to help increase, guess what, glutathione levels. So this didn't help Nestle very much. Okay, so I do think that there is a lot of commercial and corporate influence in the FDA that needs to be removed, which is why I support things like, a third positionist government that would help get that out of the government, get this corporate this corporate influence out of the government and make sure corporations act to benefit the people instead of to benefit the shareholders. Okay, so what you have to understand is the FDA has a storied past. It's a good thing, ultimately, in my point of view. I think that people have the right to not ingest poison, and they have the right to report that drugs are causing ill effects. And I think that the FDA is the only thing standing in the way of the pharmaceutical giants from basically just selling whatever the hell they want to people, okay? Or supplement companies for that reason. Now, what's my view on supplements? Well, this is what you have to understand with supplements versus medications. With supplements, you have a lot bigger benefit to risk ratio, as you see with N-acetylcysteine, okay? A lot of my asthma symptoms have been brought under control, not through the long-acting asthma inhaler, which I haven't taken for a year now, but through the use. I still do have some asthmatic symptoms if I'm exposed to smoke or something like that. However, again, I was diagnosed with adult onset asthma from God knows where, but it's been brought under control by things like glycine, branched chain amino acids, glutamine, supplementation, greater supplementation with vitamin C, greater supplementation with heavier doses of amino acids, increasing the protein in my diet. These things are what have helped me, okay? This is what has helped me, not the long-acting inhaler. However, you need that stuff when you're trying to get onto a recuperative program that involves nutritional medicines or I don't want to say nutritional medicines, nutritional support for illnesses. Glutamine, I did the research for this to help my own breathing, which came in handy because a lot of it also correlates to COVID-19, okay? And I'm going to leave a link to that about the nutraceuticals used to support people with COVID-19. A lot of them are similar to the ones I've just mentioned. I forgot to mention, you also want to take B vitamins to help with glutathione production. And that's all for this video. I'm going to leave you with that. I owe Frankie Boy some props. I hope he's watching my channel. Not everything's negative about him.